Top Gear ending thing. I mean,
The Grand Tour. Well, it's not so different that you'd be surprised. I mean, we're a bit too old to change that drastically, to be honest. It has a slightly different approach. It's slightly more peripatetic. It's slightly homeless, in a way, compared with the sort of respectability and solidity of being at the BBC in a studio. Being at the BBC, to be honest, is nice in that it's a bit like being at school. Someone else is doing all the sort of boring bits for you. You just have to get on with your homework. Being independent as we are now is a bit more like being the grown-ups, because we have to actually have a company, and we own the company that makes the show. We do the whole process, so we've had to become a bit shiny-bummed and suited.
On the reassembler thing,
different.
James, can I just ask you? It's one thing for you to love it, and for you to squirrel yourself away, and spend the day. Oh, today I'm going to food mix it. Oh, I can do that. What about the other members of your family? He just disappears with his little screwdriver, and he's gone for the day. You've got it there with you. I mean, it may be your passion. It can be a bit tedious for other people, can't it?
Yes, it could. It does make me sound incredibly sad and lonely. I don't do it in preference to socialising. I still have friends, and I don't live alone or anything like that. I don't have millions of cats. I do it in quiet moments, usually when I've been left alone for some other reasons, because everyone else has got fed up and left. No, but I don't say, right, you all go to the park, I'm off into the shed to put the lawnmower back together. No, it's not like that. It's something you do, and you can sort of scatter it around your life. You can have things that you just do a little bit on now and then, and it's good for you.
I can kind of see the appeal. It's just that I have no practical skills whatsoever.
Well, so it would all end in disaster.
You think you don't, but the vast majority of things, let's ignore things like wristwatches and very complicated, delicate things. But a lawnmower or a bicycle, or
that's where to start.
Old mechanical toys, they're not difficult. We have this built-in resistance. We're taught somehow. It's a very British thing. We can't do that. It must be too difficult. But it's not. I have restless fingers. Yes, I like to take things apart and put them back together again. It's therapy. It's mind ordering. It reveals many of the secrets of the universe to us. I might be exaggerating a bit.
Slightly.
I like it.
I understand the joy of making something work, but it's the patience you need to start going, and never knowing when it's going to be complete. That would frustrate me.
Look at the people I work with. Would I be, by nature, a patient man? I think I probably would. Therefore, having to put a lawnmower together is nothing.
Has this always been your way since you were a child?
Being patient, yes.
No,
about once every 10 years, I have a massive loss of temper and usually kill somebody, but then it passes, and another decade or so goes past quite safely. But yeah, putting things together started when I was very small. I took a clock apart. The story's in the book. And I don't know what it is. I'm not an evangelist for it. I don't think it's particularly important to society. It's important to me because it calms me down. It uses a bit of my brain that I don't use in the rest of my life. So it's sort of like reflexology of the mind or something. It applies a bit of pressure. It makes you feel better.
I haven't made this up, have I? Is there chocolate cake in the book?
There is a chocolate cake in the book, yes.
How does that work? How does that...
Well, because I rebuild a food mixer, and the only real way to test it is to mix something up. I'm not going to pretend I know anything about baking. I stole the chocolate cake recipe, but it turns out that recipes are not copyrighted, so... I'm
assuming that all the things that you have reassembled, were there any that you weren't able to do?
No.
You haven't failed? You have not failed? Really?
Not yet. You know when you've got it right because it's complete and there are no bits left over and it works. So it is different from a painting or writing a short-form poem or composing a piece of music that you never really know when those are finished. You become satisfied with them. But with a lawnmower, it has to go dung, 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 dung and cut the grass, and then it's done. So if you're not at that point, you just have to keep going until you are. But that may be one of the things that's appealing about it. The end is in sight. You know when it's over. You know when you have achieved closure.
Well,
this may reveal very complicated things.
On that line, you know when it's over and you've achieved closure. And I'm trying to make some kind of tortuous link here.
You're going to say, this is over.